If you're a gun owner in Harrison, Clark, Floyd, or Washington counties, you got a choice to make in the upcoming May 7 Republican Party primary. Representative Karen Engleman versus challenger John Colburn. Who is the pro-gun candidate in this district? Stay tuned, guys. We're breaking this race down for you right now. Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with the Indiana Firearms Coalition. The May 7 primary is coming very quickly, and a lot of gun owners in southern Indiana are asking us about the matchup between Karen Engleman and John Colburn. Again, it's this area down here. It's all of Harrison and portions of 3 additional counties in the extreme southern edge of Indiana. And the question you guys are asking us, as always, is not just who claims to be pro-gun, but who can we, as gun owners, trust will actually fight for our gun rights in the Indiana State House. We have way too many Republicans in office right now who claim to be pro-gun at election time and then stab us in the back once they're safely in office. So how do we decide who to trust? Well, guys, what we do here at the Indiana Firearms Coalition is we score these candidates based on a combination of factors. We review their vote histories if they are incumbents. We use a candidate survey program to ask non-incumbents and the incumbents where they stand on the issues of the day. And we examine their public statements on the Second Amendment to give you guys an objective overview on where these candidates stand. And this race here is actually pretty cut and dry. Sometimes we have races where candidates are pretty close, not the same, but close in their views on the Second Amendment. That's not the case here. It's a big gulf, as you're about to see. First, the good news. John Colburn. We asked Mr. Colburn, where do you stand in the Second Amendment issues of the day? You can see his survey in its entirety on our website at indianafirearmscoalition.org. We can't fit every question here on the board today, but on every question we asked him, John Colburn was 100% pro-gun. We asked him, for example, would you vote for a gun registry, the same one that was sponsored this year in the House? And he says, absolutely no. We said, how about the AR-15 ban or a 30-round magazine? That was also filed this year in the Senate. He says, absolutely not. Colburn also said he was absolutely opposed to any efforts to weaken our preemption law. For those who haven't heard, there was a major push last session to allow individual cities and counties to enact their own gun control laws. You see, Marion County would have us all believe the reason their crime rate's out of control is because of constitutional carry. It's not Ryan Mears' fault for not prosecuting criminals. No. It's our fault for having too good of gun laws. So what they want to do is allow every city to enact and every county to enact their own gun control. If that ever happens, you would never know if you're driving across the state if you can have an AR-15 here, can you have your 30-round magazine here, can you even have a handgun here? You wouldn't know because every city can enact their own gun laws. It would be madness. And John Colburn opposes that. We asked Colburn, what about raising the age on gun sales? That was also filed last session, a major push to make it a crime for a Hoosier between the age of 18 and 20 for possessing firearms. I mean, it's insane, right? You can carry a gun in foreign lands for the government at the age of 18, 19, or 20. But when you're back home in Indiana and you want a Glock 9 in your apartment, that'd be a crime. John Colburn is 100% opposed to that garbage, and we're happy that he is. We also asked him if he would help us go on offense, help us repeal red flag gun seizures. He said he would sponsor that bill, not just vote for it, he would sponsor it. And finally, we asked Mr. Colburn, what about the Second Amendment Preservation Act? We call it SAPA law for short. SAPA is a huge issue right now in red states all across the country. What SAPA does is tells state and local authorities that in our state, which is a sovereign state, you're going to enforce the state laws when it comes to firearms, ammunition, and accessories. What that does then is it tells Joe Biden, keep your damn hands off of Hoosier troopers, deputies, and city cops. So if he wants to enforce or have federal gun laws enforced here in Indiana, he'd have to use his own manpower to do it. That's what SAPA is all about. John Colburn says he would sponsor that bill. It's 100% pro-gun response from John Colburn. We're very happy to report that to gun owners in these communities. And that's about where all the good news ends because, guys, Karen Engleman has been nothing but an enemy to gun owners for almost every single gun vote that she has cast since she first hit the State House in 2016. If you can just look at her, she's not exactly the most pleasant person to be around. If you've ever talked to her, many people say that Karen is the nastiest Republican in the House caucus these days. And honestly, I can't say that they're wrong. Karen Engleman has refused to fill out the Indiana Firearms Coalition Gun Rights Survey. We mailed it to her, we emailed it to her, and we texted it to her, and she simply flat out will not complete the survey, and we all know why. Karen does not want to be on the record because she will continue to vote for gun control, and she doesn't want her lies to be documented by doing a written survey. So we asked her about the gun registry. She won't answer. AR-15 ban. She won't answer. Preemption repeal. She won't answer. Raise the age on gun sales. SEPA. Repealing red flags. She won't answer any of it. None of it. That's a really big red flag for gun owners. But thankfully, or in this case, sadly, I should say, we don't have to speculate on what Karen would do because Karen's been doing it. And what a great name, Karen. What a Karen she's been for a long time in the Indiana House. See, Indiana has red flag gun seizures on the books today. It's an embarrassment, but it's the way it is. It was passed in 2005, and it was expanded in 2019. Red flag laws allow someone to say that you might be dangerous. They can then go and petition the court to have your guns confiscated before you've been charged, arrested, indicted, or convicted of anything. It destroys your due process rights. It gets rid of the American ideal that we're innocent until proven guilty, and it destroys your Second Amendment freedoms. That's the law here in Indiana. Again, it was passed in 2005. It was expanded in 2019. And how do you think Karen Engleman voted on this when given a chance to stand up and fight for your gun rights? Exactly. She joined House Democrats and voted for this bill. The nice thing is, you don't have to take my word for it. You can look it up all by yourself. We have the details for you right here. This is on February 12, 2019. This was roll call number 146. We even have the time. It's 3:11 p.m. in case you want to get very picky. That's when Karen Engleman joined House Democrats and Rhino leaders in the House to vote for expanding red flags here in Indiana. It's disgusting stuff. But that wasn't the only time that Karen was a true Karen and voted against our gun rights. Just a year ago, 2023, as we were fighting tooth and nail to expand the Second Amendment Preservation Act and to get co-sponsors for it and work the process, Karen Engleman joined up again, this time with a Democrat-sponsored gun control bill, and she voted to ban Glock triggers here in Indiana. Now, you may ask yourself, what's a Glock trigger? Well, I'll tell you. A Glock trigger makes a Glock handgun function as a machine gun. The thing is, it's already illegal at the federal level. Shouldn't be. It's an infringement, but it is. So we don't need to pass even more gun control laws here in Indiana. And we damn sure don't have to give anti-gun Democrats a win. And that's exactly what Karen Engleman did when she voted for this bill. She gave the Democrats a win, passed a gun control bill that was totally unnecessary here in Indiana, and took the wind out of the sails of any attempt to expand our gun rights in 2023. Again, look it up for yourself. The roll call vote was number 343. The date was April 3, 2023. And again, they gave us the time. It's pretty cool. 2:44 p.m. Now, if you talk to Karen, she will loudly champion the fact that she was a yes vote on constitutional carry. And we'll give her credit. She was a yes vote. The thing is that people like Karen Engleman are the reason why we didn't pass constitutional carry until almost every other red state in the country got it done. The rhinos, like Karen, killed the bill in committee year after year after year. It was an intentional action to sabotage the bill. Only after states all around us began to implement constitutional carry did we get off our butts here in the state, did Holcomb approve it at the state level, then the rhinos like Karen Engleman voted for it. But make no mistake, whether it's her vote to pass expand red flag gun seizures, whether it's her vote to ban these new triggers or anything else, Karen Engleman has been an enemy to gun owners at almost every turn since she first got in the House in 2016. So guys, if you see John Colburn on the campaign trail, be sure to thank him for loudly standing up and proudly agreeing to not just vote pro-gun, but to lead the fight for gun rights in the Indiana House. And if you see Karen Engleman, be sure to tell her she should apologize for all of her votes against the Second Amendment, and she should get off her tail and fill out the Indiana Firearms Coalition Gun Rights Candidate Questionnaire. And when she won't do that, folks, that tells you all you have to know about Karen Engleman and how she stands on your right to keep and bear arms. Guys, do me a favor, share this video online with every gun voter you know, especially in that district. And to see more analyses on other races, go to our website, go to our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, and find other races across the state. Finally, guys, get involved in the fight for freedom today. Go to joinifc.com.